Hello silver punks and my fellow precious metal enthusiasts, shall I say. Welcome back today. And I thought this evening, this evening, I thought we'd have another little chat and something that's been going through my head. As you know, we do silver pouring, and I thought we'd have a comparison about the old graphite moulds and this stuff here, Petra Bond sand or Delft clay or whatever. For the means of this little chat, it's like Petra Bond type sand, so we'll call it Petra Bond or sand, that's what I mean. And I just thought, you know, it'd be a nice thing to look at, a comparison. Hand pouring into silver graphite moulds versus the old Petra Bond for sand casting. So let's get straight in, let's dive straight into it. Right, we'll start up with these things, graphite moulds. Now, graphite moulds, they're very popular within the silver pouring community. If you watch the videos on YouTube, like we all do, you'll see lots and lots of people using them, and there's lots of reasons for it. I mean, they're incredibly durable and heat resistant, which obviously you need when you're dealing with, you know, molten silver. We all know how hot it gets, pretty dangerous. So you need something that can, you know, that can deal with that situation of it being poured in. They've got high thermal conductivity, which means they can cool quite quick as well. So that solids up the silver, so it makes it go solid a bit quicker. Now the quick cool down period gives it a nice shiny finish. Now if we're honest, that's what lots of us like, a nice shiny finish. As I say, take this one, you can do some real nice shiny bars and what have you, so that's what you want. But obviously it's not all smooth sailing with the graphite moulds. One of the downsides that I can see is that you're pretty much limited in the design flexibility. You can get all these generic ones like hearts, rounds, squares, bars, and you can get some others, obviously, like, you know, you can get pirate head rounds, you can get skulls. You can get lots of different things, but they're all pretty much generic. So what you find one silver pourer doing, you'll probably find lots of others doing the same. But that said, you can get custom moulds. But again, they get quite pricey from what I can see online. Now secondly, the smaller the mould, the more difficult it gets to pour silver in accurately. I've had problems with this. I mean, you've got to be a real expert, you've got to really know what you're doing when it comes to these very tiny small moulds. And you know, when you go to pour, it can lead to some wasted silver spitting everywhere. And as we know, wasted silver, oh, it's a no-no. It's terrible. But now, if we switch gears and start talking about the Petra Bond sand, I mean, again, this is pretty popular as well within the casting community. I don't know whether it's a 50-50 split or people do what I do and do a bit of both. I do know some silver pourers that just stick to the graphite moulds, which is fine. I can understand why. And if you can perfect it, if you can pour it in the right amount, you get superb, wonderful results. But like, I think that the key advantage with the Petra Bond sand, I mean, you're not limited. There's unlimited flexibility in the designs you can get. You're not constrained to pre-made shapes and sizes. You can make custom pieces. If you see all these 3D prints here, these are all the ones that judges printed out for us. And the judges made all these. And you can make your own. You can do your own designs. You can download them off the internet. I mean, you name it, you can get it within a click of a mouse button. You can design your own. It just seems like it is unlimited. You know, you can just do anything you want when you want. Another plus point with the Petra Bond sand, it's reusable. After a cast, it can be reclaimed and used for another project, making it pretty cost effective. I mean, you do have to scrape out some of the black where it's burned, where the sand's burnt. You've got to scrape that out. But as you can see, you're still left with quite a lot of the product. You're only losing a very little bit every time you do it. Now obviously that is a cost, but also with the graphite moulds, they've got a lifespan also. I mean, you can see in some of them here where they've got a bit discoloured. So scraping out just a bit of black sand and replacing it, pretty good, pretty cost effective in my view. However, it's not all plain sailing with the Petra Bond sand, if I'm honest. In my view, it has its drawbacks. I mean, the casting process is so labour intensive, as you've seen from some of my videos. Creating the moulds from the sand, it just takes time and precision. and if you get it wrong, you got to start all over again, and it is very time consuming. Probably not ideal if you want a quick result. I mean, quick results, you go for these guys all day long. You go for the Graphite Moulds. So, which one's better? Well, as often is the case, it depends what you want, what you value most in your silver casting processes. If you're looking for something quick and you're fine with sticking to pre-made designs, then I'd go for Graphite Moulds. Definitely the way to go. They're not exactly simple, but you've got to be able to pour them. You've got to have the dexterity and the skill and you know, the steady hand to do it. And let's be honest, who doesn't love a shiny finish? You get very good shiny finishes. On the other hand, if you value flexibility and uniqueness and don't mind investing a lot more time, then I'd say Petra Bond's the way to do. You know, the possibilities for customisation are endless, and cost effectiveness, reusing the sand's a big win also. I just like this because of the uniqueness of the designs. You can be really unique. You can think of something, get it printed out and do it. I think that's my favourite way. I do both. We do both here at Silverpunk, but I think this is the way forward. I really do. And until we can perfect a way of doing our own graphite moulds, which I know the judge is looking at in the pipeline, CNC machines and things like that, and perhaps I might be turned, but at the moment I think this is the way to go. So in conclusion, ultimately both methods have the merits. It's pretty much the same with any art form. It's finding the method that I think suits your style best. And I think here at Silverpunk, I think we found that this is the way to go for us at the moment. I think we're going to concentrate more on the Petra Bond sand casting. But that's not said, we're not going to dismiss these totally. We will have a go at these and try and get pretty poor lines and toning up and that, you know, all that type of cool stuff. But I think this is the way we're going to head. We're going to head more the way the Petra Bond route. So folks, that's pretty much for this evening's chat. I need to grab a brew. So I hope you found this little comparison helpful. I haven't really dived in too deep, just a very quick overview of my thoughts. As always, feel free to drop me any questions or comments below, and I will do my best to answer them. And that's it really for this evening. So until the next time, keep casting and creating, and I'll see you punks soon. Cheers.